Three inseparable brothers. Gambia. Gambia system change brothers. Walnata kenne kubale natina mole Gambia.
Walam tonya di system change brothers. Walnata Gambia say paretale ka system on yung fadi. Assalamualaikum badul bal kontonna ndellum wutanaje kotake alnal bad madam Safiun Drame anin TF Mane. Menna dun tambasu tola nyato domanding jahadu kure me yalon ko abe busy rimbake ni wato gambianol kala mo dandi kayita gambianol la ko munni mun nyanta kala ani nyanta munni mun kala pour kanyum banko fani woto ben daño ku kenyo batula financial al konton after senanga programme start.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Mr. Dami, baraka. Mkai butumu, mbadi ulu, min basu kono anin me diaspora, doing call, anin Gambian call be, mbali kontana ko denke bi fana, nata muru, nata badim boom, ka fari ko system change wato sita Gambia. Benga alone ko Gambia, since independence of the anin sani, cool man better. Anyway, any yardstick is a mintano, pruka development mezo, progress mezo, Gambia will be failing on all measures. Everywhere we failing. Any yardstick you use, Gambia has not made any development. That's because more minka na banko ni tamandi coming for banko nyaton call work faline. But the main yanta banko taman la system warning protocols and strategies and tactics and institutions and policies all man sort of. So all at this time you know lafta call faling. So NATO kachana jakodike. Allah baraka bak entel mal badi ma DF money.
Wolum toñati mbe konton no baake mba falo badi lenko niaje nganno babla nyato demanding mbe laynol yelale alse kol keno because nga kafol le soto farato mbe ya lokko jointe doy ibe lafrin tisato la mo kemenyo mbe donationol danila mbe alse kol keno ale donationol ke ale contributionol ke pour un zo musol la tisatol di la asabi because he left asabi la kama eventually be prepare kane campaign ni because he moto fula la pare ni nimbe betado la bolonkono ni bolonkono campaign wato sida once let secondly ning victory keta foka pare left asabi la fana dunna ke la celebration ol ke woto wolbe la ren ko victory de kelale ibe anticipation of ke kan ibe la firim pour ka asabi prepare kalandi after victory woto wolya be do ko menna ya lonne be do ko menne be cikiri ni nala ko carte doy be wo gagnale woto men tutan defana ni tebulu mi alon ko yente dina ke carte fay nimbe jam wol mo kaw mol ma koy ise wo asabi solo ise wo tisatol solo ise fam present gambian yol nyala kon telefonal be system change wose mo jama convince no as mo jama ma koy no kana wala ken na ngano banyum bla ngano banyinki mbe YouTube le mbe Italy chapter la Facebook or le live mbe Pdois la Facebook or main Facebook or fanato live mo nal benim bla sa bo beto mo be dawo de se kol keno le se commentol ni ta kol keno la fane se comments dula sa fenole te be men konto donate la na men calculate wala mo ñindi ko tisatol ka print ani ka sam because mbabe print la Gambia le ba ko $135 $135 or 125 because la quality market clinti ñamen ka bo $125 kata $150 so nim mo mon di tisat sabale no tisat nani tisat dudu wala men si ata woti ete se wo try wo se kumaya bake pour nga musoni lu farato musoni lu makoy ka ñite la ko mulo nga tari kotola mun nimba do ko ñinna mo membe ñe Gambia je membe do ko ñinna be ngalo na ayon de di mu fature birka atele musoni nikindi safina dadala atele musoni nikindi kabre musoni yente mute famati naye ko jamaale ke musoni la ko so muskafolo mi alo ke kateklale ke so elo tekla ka nyoma ko wala so ni ntanata du nyoblu maram so nata dum ko ni kuna fonye nye contact le mitin dolo mu ni diam ta nye convince do ikola so be wakilta more than 100 women fara to melano ko join ta do so il after tisatol la after asobi prepare after victory wodo me badum dan la ngano mamenki momo ni tas 5 le no 10 le no 20 le no tisat e se donation o keno but me même baturin alhamdulillah ba bismillah bake honorable tabak man da honorable la because ndada mada abe atele mu na minister of women and children because all right kaya meto fight na for ala bolo nzafa jama beke wal dembe kon na bake be bismillah la jahad ko re mane malo mane ni de sila de fo nga train ko fali be man de ake jahad ko re la de bismillah
Abaraka bake spion baronna Mr. Man fanan kontonna
Baraka bake sayin kan butu way fana mu nyancho de kodi nin drame ko nan ko le bijan Gaya butum baraka we very happy mbeji be kan so ko na be do ko ben ke kan ya bet at the back ya tolka we're very grateful the efforts alchemy is unbelievable yeah ngey pass some budget told pass some budget the other day he had a little chat with him the background information you gave was very inspiring. Yeah, and so we wish we could all be there with you, be on the ground, but so Bafule, welcome. Kachaa min bijan niti alon you on the ground yalon musol batake batame bo banko especially on the head of the musol. So I think it's very good we get your perspective here for now. So mol min bijaw butunga for assalamu alaikum. The floor is all yours. Baraka back.
Yo kay new platform moy ka fele doy kachaa. Sorry, new platform moy ka fele doy la kachaa. Bari ko be la kachaa nya. Ngalone na leadership on na restriction no sotolo pour ka kudol feke bon jang a responsibility ben tele kumo ka mo se kumo be fono la jam fe o fe na be do promote la iso o fono la jam ise mol kuma no le tolla ise political party kuma no le tolla ise kumo be fono le alon ko ade do na manke me na ni roti anin to nyindiro bari fe o fe na be do promote la kay nye bismillah baake mba fole ko sister Gambia musol batata baki ngaje ko etela do ko mumbe yake la ko fight already ku dan din fonyen kabini ale build the people stock e gambe musol la batata nyaadi
I mean kabirin tata up country ngajele musol be batamin kabo ila nakol kana dindingol la ko la iyaje family jamambije niye domoro ke pour kontongo ite simango ke nola munati na kodo mutaraje endung imalong fang ibe fan de mala nyamin o be fambondi la batakono o dun tan dingo kono so ibaje ndamanyika kango manseneya ngamira kabirin tata caravani ayema ko sai be mandinko moyla doma and after in Gambia interact, it's good to be diverse. So originally I don't speak Mandinka, but now I think I'm trying a bit because it's important to know how to communicate with our people in their mother tongue. And as a Gambian, my mother is Mandinka, although she's not from the Gambia, but she is Mandinka, Sierra Leone, and my dad is Sarahule, and my husband is Mandinka. So as you know, we have family in every tribe in this country, but what women are going through in the Gambia, the hardship that they are going through. I mean, I think what I've learned is our people are suffering, especially women in this country are suffering for various reasons. And I find that Pdois is one party who knows this suffering, who is willing to work to uplift women out of poverty, to help better the Gambian situation. So that's part of the reason why I'm a member of this party and why I think I need to contribute my own quota in ensuring that Halifa Sallah is elected and ensuring that we change things for the better.
Yeah.
Abaraka Baki told Mrs. Mane, thank you. You came off on our content. I thought you joined the Nyancho family now. You got a Nyancho spirit anyway. But thank you so much. It's been a very eye opener.
Yes.
Or throughout the Gambia. And don't worry, I told Safian we speak Mandinglis. So we speak Mandinka mixed with English. So everybody can, even the Minican Gibeja, minimum Mandinka, they can understand, they can get the gist of what we're saying. So it's fine.
Yes.
You can just mix them. It's fine. Yeah, but I think, meeting these women, especially, I remember this is very poignant. The women with this, I told them, Minica tomato, thank God, I told them, Mentengo. The maintain farmers maintain also the maintain jama mialanko is all getting basically spoiled. It's going to waste because it's no market for it. Market is one thing, but it's even no facilities to process this because these are simple things. Mialanko are processed now, they can be canned, they can be even turned into juices, whatever. They can process them. But these basic things are even missing. So these are basic ingredients a state needs to develop, to even function. These very, very fundamental things, that's what are missing. Because go on. Go ahead.
Another thing that we fail to realize is by supporting women in farming vegetables, we're actually helping make the soil in the Gambia healthier. There's an agricultural practice called regenerative agriculture. When you rotate the crops that you're growing, it ensures that the moisture is kept in the soil and the soil becomes healthier, and that way what you yield becomes more. So these are practices that the government should encourage. We should invest in farmers, but not only invest in farmers, we should find ways of investing in processing facilities, and eventually we should also come up with ways of making sure that those technologies are developed in the Gambia. The way that is by encouraging our young people to do more in science and technology as well as engineering. By the products as well as the facilities that are created in the West. There's no reason why we can't do the same thing here in the Gambia. There's no reason why we shouldn't use our groundnuts to create peanut oil, for instance. With moringa, we know that moringa is considered a superfood in the West, right? Things that you can process out of moringa, from oils to the seed itself to the powder itself. And if Gambian women were able to do all of these things and sell them at the global stage, there's no limit to what they can achieve. But not only that, you also look at, like you said, the tomatoes that are grown here in the Gambia, because they can't sell it and they don't have a way of processing it, and even storage facilities that with the right temperature, then they end up losing a lot of what they've grown. And the situation is dire, and the situation is really, really sad. Another point that I want to make is Gambia janga namalo ikakumandi faro rice. So when you, for instance, or even in the UK, you see how expensive faro rice is, and the word faro itself comes from our lands. And the reason why they're saying that rice is a superfood that has better vitamins and better nutrients. But when our women grow their faro rice, right, they would rather go to a shop and exchange it with these Indian brand rice, but they don't realize that the nutrients that are coming out of the rice that they are selling and the demand for global stage. So these are all things that I think we need to educate our people about. And I think people need to be, knowledge is power, because if we don't know what we have, we can't make the best use of it. So I think that's part of the problems and the things that we are trying to change. When we say at Pdois that we are trying to fight poverty, that we are trying to fight injustice, that we are trying to fight ignorance, these are the concrete things that we are talking about, and we have the knowledge as well as the solutions in ensuring that when Pdois takes over, we're able to implement these things and ensure that our women are protected and that they find a market where they can sell their products and yield returns that could uplift them out of poverty, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Because mbe history do fole nde fole yo sa because nde be do ko min na jang ka faranyole do kundi ka faranyole mix adu ka kek dada wala nga 10 years experience to le faranyole site la 2012 kabrin tata Gambia wato men nga sanyo moba ni na suko non kan yol mel sene kanyol men sene sanyo kinto moba and mindol ni mungol leta ke manol kono ke nati janke analyze. You will surprise that how healthy those foods are. Men nata njakani wolo nyinde mam production o soto no ka wol product ke franyo de pour ke findi ni bandala. Fonkata mano san China ni Cuba ni fenkol to kamano san ka wala riso ko gameno nyanda ka balu wala akanda barafa.
Yes.
So ninata moy telaten kaje ko kaya Gambia because ntel fama ta Gambia. Kaya Gambia kaje ko 21st century kata ya Gambia kono le fota sate dol to milano ko ni kontonte bu kasimano. Akambalo fama. Ube keno la
No,
nyadi
but
21st century.
no, you know, so natty, and you know, it's yalon bifang ni to do benundi amula because ate no amang tabi tilisaba because amang kodosoto and nyinne munna mola reality si yalon ninko Halifa Sallah ko ni yela karra fay matay ibe government matay lesotola so ñinne mo alla reality nama keteti iye mo long mo min beñin situation sifa kono and iya long na current government min bije abeje 5 years for ay na situation change right now election benala ni tambeta dula dula ibe silol danala ibe manul di la mulla ibe kodol di la mulla fontol man hakkilo soto pour ngaje ka fo ni election tambeta right now because it desperately it laftan na kartola so lafta munela iba fola lafta munela iba kela but ni election tambita nying sanji nani min tambita yeminke ngalone ka fo kolbe wos la katambioti bi fango ngaje e juma min ke mankamakunda and mashallah abu warata abeteyata but iyaje level of unfairness min bije Gambianol diaspora as well as min bijang time be jube la ibet GoFundMe start la Watson Gambia ba safela ka fo mul sohlata donation la ka madrasal makoy ka mol min mankende ya iyalong ning government nyanta could put la in place pour social protection for instance and safety nets programs all yalo ntebe dokuring World Bank and be programming oversee the World Bank omu the Sahel's Women's Economic Empowerment for Demographic Dividend be 7 countries currently in a budget mo $600 million annually and ngaje o jamanol ika effort minke pour essayer la musul dema even ni tata Senegal ni tata Cameroon Côte d'Ivoire yalong alayente dema because of kadoko minke travel ta across the world nka jele and ninte travel ta niyo ka kuyale pour Gambia because nga jele ka fo nin jama like Gambia is too small pour ka cool change Gambian cool ye pour ke ila life bete yandi aketa coming easy ta among difficult punkake because niaje for a population that's about 2 million people and then for a country that is as small as Gambia you can use Gambia as a template for the rest of the world when it comes to matters of development because you can actually achieve them in countries with 50 million, 70 million of a population, then you can say it's hard to make a difference in every single person's life. But for a country with the size of the Gambia and the fact that we live in poverty, I cannot understand that. Our GDP is less than $2 billion annually. And even if it has to be foreign investment and concretely looking at the development sector and seeing where some of our loans can be forgiven and seeing where we can restructure some of our debt so that we can pull ourselves out of the situation that we are in. But if we have the people in government that are not thinking like that, that are not innovative enough, that are not solution driven, we're not going to achieve what we want to achieve. And I think that's the reality, which is why it's important for the people that are listening, as well as every Gambian that cares about this country. This is not about the elites or the educated people, but this is about the suffering of our people and knowing that we can actually change it if we put our minds and hearts to it.
Abaraka back here, Mrs. Mani, Abaraka. Whilst I had to put the camera on, I had to post the camera. I wanted to, because your kufula for Jamianko is so important. This is called Aduna. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a tea. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know the brand. So this in the UK costs $4.99. It's a tea from Senegal. So this is hibiscus, also called Aduna. I don't know if you can see.
Yes.
This is hibiscus. This is £8.99. £8.99. So these are all products which can be produced and grown in the Gambia, produced in the Gambia, and shipped across. It can empower women. I've got more here because you can know them, but you can in Pdois and stuff like that. And for them, they call superfood. So I got Holland and Barrett and stuff. When I go to Gambia, this thing costs me nothing. I buy one packet for 2 kg or 1 kg. It costs me about £10. Exactly. So I'm thinking, I'm like, the women in upper country Gambia can be producing this, and Gambia can be exporting this because it's called superfood. Findo and others. So
exactly.
Yeah, what we lack in there is this imagination. Our people seem to lack imagination. Yeah, I think they lack imagination.
Like whatever situation I find myself in life, I find a way to make that situation work. And I think that's the problem, because our people are okay with mediocre. And the fact that as long as they're eating and their families are eating, they don't worry about what's happening. And as a human being, can't be in touch with other people's suffering and understand that, then there's a problem. And I think Halifa Sallah says it right, like as a leader, your heart should be run with empathy for your people, and your heart should be full of knowledge in order for you to be true people. And if we can't find leaders that are able to share the nation's wealth, then these are that are going to continue happening. Because at the end of the day, the reason why we're not prioritizing these things, like Findi, for instance, like yourself, Fonio in the West is considered I have a lot of friends, organic only. And when I go into their homes and I see all of these products, and I'm like, okay, these are things that we don't even take seriously back home.
There you go. Yeah.
Recently, I spoke to experts in the West on agriculture in Gambia's climate, and realizing that we can grow coffee in the Gambia, we can grow cocoa in the Gambia, and create chocolate processing facilities, and even our national coffees. And these are all things that can significantly increase our country's GDP and bring other revenue sources. But honestly, I don't understand why the government is not thinking in these lines. I don't understand why they don't see the potential or the opportunity for not only increasing the government's own way incomes, but also the average person in the Gambia. I mean, you think about it, the average person in this country makes less than $5,000. And then if you pay your rent and pay transportation every day going to work, you don't even make enough to carry yourself to work. But these are things that we are not talking about. And I think this is to be issues as you vote for. If they can't identify those issues and tell you concrete solutions and things that they are going to do when they take office, then you have no business voting for that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's true. That's true. Even there is one of the crops which is called beno. This beno that we grow. I don't know now why Gambians are not growing it, but here where I am working, there are some flowers we made as bread. We put this beno there. 1 kilo of beno is €25.
There you go.
€25. And we can grow that in the Gambia. It does not even mean they need much
water.
Not what it does not need nothing. It just needs malo mafala nyadi le ka me combo le ka fali ni dron. Nin sama kana bang. Yes, nin sama kana ban ne ka te tuture combo da mal 1 month. Akawale.
Wow.
Isakatino.
But even the
Very
baobab,
good.
someone sent me a pack of baobab in Australia that was being sold for $50.
Yes.
In Australia.
Here. Yeah.
Because they think that baobab is so, I mean, and they're right. All these are very nutritious. And the problem that we have, I think, as a nation is we don't know what we have or how to monetize a lot of what we have, right? And branding it in a way wherein it's sellable, but then we allow other people to come and take advantage of it. I mean, you look at some of the most successful businesses in this country, they are not only Gambians. Gambians are not opportunity to own certain things in this country. We're not incentivized for opening business. And then as a Gambian, whenever you're trying to do something in this country, they make it almost impossible. I mean, recently, last year, I spoke with some investors and I wanted to get into the hospitality business and needed one of the government allocated lands through TDA. But the process is so impossible. But then you get a foreigner will come in and lie. I mean, the government will easily pawn us off by signing sovereign
guarantees.
Exactly. And these are all problems that, you know, explaining it to someone that doesn't know the repercussions or the consequences of our government in some of these sovereign guarantees or some of the actions that they are taking, what it means for our economy, what it means for the debt that we owe and paying that back. So I think, I mean, realistically, we're in trouble. And the only way that I see us getting out of this trouble is by making sure that come December 4th, we elect Khalifa Sallah and that Khalifa has people like all of us around him that are working with him that have the experience of building some of these projects that we can apply and ensure that we're helping everyone in this country.
Yes, Abaraka, thank you so much. Sometimes it's lack of imagination, but also this short-termism. You know, when everybody is so selfish and then their plans are so short-term. So like somebody like you coming with an idea to invest, but instead they will give it to somebody else, actually guarantee them. So sovereign use of, Well, anyway, I want to shift this conversation a little bit. Because thanks, this is Jahad. Again, this is I saw this from you. I don't know if you actually noticed it or not. But when you took Pdois to where you came from, to me, sitting back as somebody who got some background in social sciences, I think that's what you call a social capital. Basically, that social capital, you're trying to convert this into political capital. And this political capital, we hoping we can translate this into vote for Pdois. So, we are here. We're not on the ground. This is where we need to come in. So for me individually, I'm on the phone every day. I'm calling people. People in my family think I'm crazy. They're asking us like, "You were never into politics. What's going on?" I'm going, look, we just come to the stage. This country is not progressful since when? Since the Tubabs left. Basically, you don't have to know that even if you go to Senegal for a bit, you compare some bits of Senegal to Gambia, you know we've not made any progress whatsoever. Any yardstick you use to measure development and progress, Gambia is at the very, very bottom of it. So, it's important to remember that diaspora and call telephone. Our mothers, our uncles, even my mother-in-law, you know, me I'm on the phone, Khalifa needs to be the president. I know this year I'm voting. I'm not involved in politics. But the way you're talking about politics this year, money, even I'm gonna vote. Because look, she's lucky she's traveled. So my brother-in-law lives in the US, so she goes there. You cannot compare Gambia to America, obviously. But there's some basics. Many at least Gambia should be able to make, we should get there. We're not getting there. So because the system, we need to go, basically need to go all to the very foundation. And we start up again. So that's why we need this system change. And this system change message is getting through. Because the other day I was listening to Barrow, he was in Farafenya, I think. Somebody sent me, they said, this guy's plagiarizing you guys. I said, what do you mean? And he's talking about like getting the kids involved in fisheries. Instead of, I'm like, this is those policies.
lemna presidency namanta manya fale sanji lulu
Yes.
aba fale ateke
Yeah,
Nalia.
21 days to go.
You know, covering doing leadership, a transformative agenda in hold. I was a little bit angry, but I now see why. We have wisdom leaders.
Yes.
They are wisdom. They know what they are doing.
They're very wise. Yes, indeed.
They are wise.
Yeah.
So, covering in Adam Roller speak more. Men are but because it's a more copy you implement into later. You have to involve the person that invented. You have to involve him so that you can implement. Lafta badul melalong ko idunta sa yung ibenji bekang. Lafta kumandin da mala fala wonyam. Al nata sa in na benji bekang. Nale santo jibe comment so la santo jibe ngon no maki yele. Nomba nying komen fatu chamtar ya sa fenyami alse programo nyin sea pour mojama se nano ngamusol le soto farato la area farato la manden but farato ni bil kama so on musol le melalo ko over 100 women melalo ko jointe doyle il lafta katisato le soto anim asabi preparation pour after victory so me o donation o fana dani kan nga nomba ke santo ni lafta kol kala ka donation ke sa ke non ni lafta Vanessa fait no comments kaja ko e donation o kala yef do fen donate hani ya jo euro branch le be ko do ñu soto la pour ka ki mu so ñibe ning atara ko ci ko do kino suwol ko no fana isen sa fe no duma maybe si comments keno jang after me contact la later ka yita ko be ko do kila jumale fa touré ro birkama mo jama yara no masoto le dimbe mala no masoto fana si kuma no privately before mala no bakela in media nsi kuma no privately ngaro no badile sa ti mari fo kuma di direct e ko do ki ate je non te iro branch la PayPal be jele ila account be jele mela lon ko ise ko do kino ni aki iro branch mbe ko do ñu soto la pour ka ki muso ni before election so mal tem do wala mbal jay la mba fala le ko take al bismillah ni na sista le be jam ya habu ko mane anin DF mane alna ba di maro sa fel drame nata ka kachaa do lo ko le la da kuma ta pour ni donation sike pour ka ni muso ma koy be mendi am kan wala mo muso la batada gambia kono la wati tambita non kuma se do la ngani foje ko kabri nga midi people stoje nga jele ko hanifa wado la tata la fa fa muso ma ila men tawol do lori ni jiro ko tala ime do kundino mu manna kesam imagine nindo ko fomen lebe kering planol men bebe lori kaje ko musol lo kulin facility mela lon ko bello no lo musol yen kera men tawol kedi janning company be na la kanati ke bulu kata ka process musuju male be foare ala gambia kono alla nakol alla musu kafol alla tekla kafol mela lon ko al setano bank ale ko do ta o bese keno ko fenti men ngalon ko as musol nafa gambia kono la woto membara muso mba fala ko asa summarize do mande because ngam kaf ñu mal dim ba dim masra lol soto janne mo jamale en ko kaaje ko lafta kasra wala kaw moy na platform do ñum platform do mo kaw beleti ñum platform ye kaw kam moy sa fo no la jam parce que kachaa la mo bu kata banda ba do ya fon debe ñi kankar ne fa la ji woto sa fo mbar muso e jahadu ko ren man sara wala kaw mo bari ñi doy lañu ko kamala metala gambia specifically pour kasra wala damba ka no honestly because ñim programme doy kachaa ate stop la say ninna muso ya ko discuss le because after election no media ngabo media conference but ninna muso discuss la ñi da fanye ko ita findi no la ka ko mo len ko carte fay doye doy government yelo iman doy government hold to account so ñim programme banda doy winta ibe programme continue la le ñim doy be ka mam be ya findi ya ko gambe no le ko doy ko le ñi na fo imake adu ngo promisota Inshallah. Programme doy kachaa be continue la ngalo no ka necessary la fa kaaje ko ka doy hold to account because they will hold themselves to account but anyway hadama di yalla mo ni lafta para kasila dorom be sabara nan ne nga boy ko la policy ni programme bu direct woto ñum programme be continue la de doy kachaa mba fa na system ko asa summarize
please
mba de sara wala kawdo na kol bel kachaa jam foi sa fa hamulo be mun kula to jam be ko don no ba
please
Mr. Drame. So basically, mare musarankulu oga himbe kachana lengi Kenya ni roya garu Gambia garu ngatampi ebe no gondi aro ke election be garini pro osuka katunu kapya mo be oga o kartan insedi ni Halifa Sallah dangan because seriga wake politiki no gondi iga diga be konno aliga himbe dabarni intabana I hajunga no kartan atibe irabari ni diga lingun kono na maron kino mina sukurun kino ka election ngana dangi tampie be ga yagarun kam nautu kagadi nu nyani ba nandaga wara kaga bagasunu be nu gagana kori be ga o wa wala kaga be wadi re gambe ire tampie kam mai gana takaten churo tantanya ame sorno so responsibility nyano ko hanu maga gambia romo pro nankahi ona Pdois supporti awa onankahi ona make sure December 4th ganari nanti Halifa Sallah odo kartan sedaya dangan ona famu kananti seriran to kartan ko bono serirantay o serirantay digame ko no da himbe gay tongui pour nankati ina hankita so ngaka nyaga na nkiti game na do pour nangote tongu ndangani onangote Gambia dangani onangote Sudan ngani onatu nanti wogana wote Halifa Sallah dangano da nyango yimeno dangano ma nyanga kendanga because abire yemu manchui ada koyo nanti sigi tongu nyarangani ada koyo nanti sigi Gambia dangani hammini Gambia ingani na Gambia dangani so nkedi game ni Kenya harisa kanwari
baraka bake isa fono badi srawol fana je ni membe donation o keno la na linko ni fatu ya se ale sai me a PayPal linko be alon ko sa keno je se donation o keno fana kasafero ke comment section o ni men alon ko do be te bulu Gambia e lafta donation o Gambia directly mbeti mari contact la nyaato demanding after programme o pour ka ide la membe keno la je so Mohamed Tarawari akoy Anwari ja be konton na baki ngaro badi malo woti woto isa o bana surprise mo je after second.
Okay. Abaraka bake Mrs. Mane, abaraka bake Mr. Drame. Nga fanya mi njaha, ntol mimba banta ja. Baden sara hulil mimba banta. Afoyko yes, we though right now we got two important little projects, you can call them. The mini projects. One is please try to call people back home to vote for Halifa on the 4th of December is very, very important. Also, Safia Yafojang at the beginning of the program, we also seeking donations to buy more T-shirts and also Asobil, because government politics is all about visibility. Visibility is very, very important in government politics. So in T-shirt is an investment, is a worthy investment. So more T-shirt, even if you can, if you're able to sponsor just 2 T-shirts, is fine. Even 1 is fine. But no amount is too small. Even if it's £1, £2, whatever you have, we got the PayPal account here in the UK. We got a Barclays bank account, it's got an IBAN account, international bank account. So the Pdois Europe group, people all the way from Switzerland, Norway, Germany, they all pay into that account. We're making it easier and easier. But I just want to emphasize these 2 very, very important points. Make sure we phone our people back home. We make sure we convince our people that the Gambia needs to change, because for all these years, it's no progress in that country. Gambia, Musol, given, your life is at risk from conception. From the day you conceive to the day you give birth, your life is at risk. And the day you give birth, you and the child, both your lives are at risk. We saw so many of those. Even I've got a personal story, which Mr. Drame knows already. A young, my first cousin's daughter, young girl, 27-year-old, lost her life, giving birth. How can you be giving birth, trying to, bring life into this world and actually put your life at risk? So, Musul is important. Come on, Mrs. Mane, go ahead, please.
No, it's the sad reality of people in this country. Giving birth or bringing life into this world would cost. There's a lot of women that are even scared of pregnancy because they hear the story. And, we have a responsibility in ensuring that this doesn't continue. We have a moral obligation in making sure that all of us use our voice and the biggest power that we have, which is to make sure that the right person is elected and that we are not electing someone because we think that they are going to win or we think that there's no hope. We create the hope. We create everything is possible.
Yes.
Happen. So I'm asking Gambians not give up hope on Halifa Sallah and not this us and think that you don't chance at this upcoming election.
Yeah.
The power is in your hands, and you can get chance. And for me, I think all I want to do is to plead with the Gambians again and to tell them that this is the right thing to do. I mean, I didn't politics just because for the sake of it. I joined politics because of my own moral conviction and knowing Khalifa Sallah is the right person for this country.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Drame.
Muhammadu Traore na code number mu plus 39 le timbe Italy le. So plus 39 after ngan number menkeje ni otaki ala drong arden sotola bi fele nga safi ko kote. Thank you very much. Mbal konton no baake mela lo ko ba try kam kumandi man sotono. But anyway, after sefero kenole na len kumandi fana mbaci galale. Jaha project kol mela lon ko do yelandi safo pila sol mela lon ko do yelandi na manifesto kono la Gambia non ba faham kan na ba mun na fale be je albe ni murum men na de ila jerodo
Iyalong Khalifa Sallah la manifesto, right? Aye policies min landije kabo mbe na economy change la nyamin kata young people, youth unemployment, women's issues, and how we are going to make sure that we have gender parity in cabinet and in parliament. He's the first president to commit himself to making sure that his cabinet is going to be 50% women and 50% men.
Good.
And in itself is huge because that is the big progress that I have heard from any African president. And I think these are policies that are going to make Gambia attractive to investment. These are policies that are going to help us get the necessary support that we need in order for us to implement some of these things that are listed in the manifesto. I spent a lot of time going through the manifesto and reading it and seeing, are these things attainable? And yes, every single thing that is mentioned in his manifesto is attainable, is what we can accomplish. And I think a lot of times when people are writing manifestos, it's easy for them to say that, yeah, we're going to build a bridge, a flyover, a this, a that. But realistically, we need
You love to participate in the program.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll come in about.
And that has happened. When they have that plan comes to true. Then whatever he has told me, because I don't have to know it, it's a plan on the down, plan on the level. It can be a person knows how. There can be no problem with what kind of national be, national be, or national be. I know be, I know be. I think that is very difficult in this society in Nicaragua. What I cannot. So I never plan on that because I don't know that because I don't have anyone time to keep. Anyone time to get where they are. If I don't call you, family, that's a really out of our capacity on the house. More than a marina of the lower. How much of the plan on our from people get ready of him? Because if I don't call you, not that he's more than a father, I love how much more than a father. So I think, trying to catch them more because nothing would be, about how cool is that, they are actually plan on the account and more than and the most currency in the house of the world with the phone and like people is
Okay.
Another program
Okay. Abaraka bake Mohammed nge kontom bake la program o nyame ke da dundije me même fola woto me jabi no la woto me be me jahabula la finance do man jabi woto wala mu ñente propaganda la mu be may use kan against doy me alon ko ifan li alon ne ko kabri e doy le manifesto ri wato men is practical, is easy to implement and as a Gambian na fano immediately, mediumly and long term. So ya lon ne ko doy la plano is the only solution adum ya lon ne ko Gambian wo long kanne. So wala kendinna ikata Twitter, ikata Facebook, ikanyin kuma kamol safe pour kamol hakilo sunya. But itele amuta ko itele intelligente be safero ki kam mel la platform auto wolma intelligent be men fola Gambian no ya wolo nyindi ko. Momo dinke ko transformative agenda ni wo be tay mo le tara pour Gambian no le bo foare akon. Atimari nyininka transformative agenda ko nanata in place January 2022 ni schoolol jeleta alla dinumul be karamum to ibe karamum kala le free ite josoto la jikki wo mu lontam ko to ban ko science ay ko konto ni da samo alla dinumul ba soto la karamum to for free wo mu lontam ko to ban ko science ay ko alsa tano bank alla kafolu ale ko do cikaje al yalla business ol be improve wo mu lontam ko to ban ko science ay ko woto kana futal ma ka foy bal nende la ibe kuma kamol fola le men ngalon ko aman soto doy la plano doy la transformative agenda wobi la life change la ka bring kabo on the fort itata ballot box of cast lumbe parce que ni IC yaw announced on the 5th for Pdois le winter. Honestly, I will tell you this, even in 3 months men to tabaro eje leadership quality of doy ibe wajalane because yaya jamme time yaya jamme balanta wato men na what 3 months ko no doy la leadership lebe jam wo time banko be tenkundin woto ninga nyeta on the 5th doy be do ko start la wonna woto mba hola sister ya ni mane also do man nim fay mol ye million ko ibe ni misleading statement ol takan ka sa fe Twitter Instagram and TikTok even more for more million ko amansa.
Mrs. Mane, go ahead please.
Yeah, long nga oje even America la elections in misinformation, right? Aka problem minnati. Ya fana info ka for communism. Imalong mune mu communism olatin na ka for doy lafta ka tama nyamin ole communism. Ntol nga democracy sort of Gambia. Communism is not in the Gambia. And then when we talk socialism, for instance, right? India mo ni doin man ke la mototi la musofang man ke la musoti.
It's crazy, yeah.
Tafo ya mo amaito nati because socialism told me mbota America or England or UK. I'll be free healthcare socialism policy le. I'll be kondo ko soto government ke makoi socialism Gambian ol min bije aliya long de je mansa kunda kamo makoi nyame even kabri in covid nata America ka bailout ni man business ol ani more bailout ila economy be fala so sign government soto min lafta ka okolke ka make sure all ni febarta itata lokan ite fenjola ila dingol ite ta school dorong but ibe launch soto la ni tata school ibe dumoro kela so ninga government so min lafta ka familol makoy bata min kaw bondije ntol bafo la ntol malafi wala o yamira ntol malafi mfangne la because aman ntol sa na batul amanke na batul mu ntol nin doyle tema na batul nin fangole tema because time tolle nyanta decision ke pombe mfam bondila o bata kono o fombe tula o bata kono and naliye mo elect min manke Halifa Sallah ti December 4 billahi wallahi taala gambi alefumbola
Abarak, Mrs. Manning, Abarak, Sophia. Yes, I think, for deliberately, always during the First Republic, when Halifa came and Sidia, they had so much effect. So the Jawara government didn't know what to do. Maybe not Jawara personally, maybe it was not a policy, it wasn't like a state policy. But this misinformation campaign, aiming for even your wife is not your wife, is absolute nonsense. But anyway, and after me for I want to see this conversation. If they want to take an example, the type of leadership Doi will bring to Gambia, at the very, very micro level, these are women, many of them, they didn't go through formal school. But some of the policies, Sidia, I told Uncle Sidia was able to implement there. These ladies, they are literate and numerate now. So this is at a micro level. So you look at the school Halifa, Doi built in Serekunda. They produce one of the best students. You go to Brufut, Abbas, late Abbas, he passed away now. He built a school in Brufut. And you see how good those kids are. So at the macro level, though it has been in the community and their effect is already felt already at the micro level. So if you go to the local community level, so you can take these three examples. Therefore, is this something Mialanku is not worth emulating? I gave you just three examples: Brufut, Wuli, and Serekunda. Education, women empowerment, those three things, which are the most important things in any country: your women, the health, and your kids. So all these three examples, that's something you can take, though you can examine them on them, and then they will pass with flying colors. So you can, if we can do those in these three local places, at the micro level, give these people the chance, give Halifa the chance, then he will bring this to the national level. Then we'll see how progressive our country is going to be. I think you want enough time, Chancellor. Come on, go ahead, please.
Last week, Nimuske Bado Diam Tabe 85 years. Karte Kabring, Karte Kaitol Bedika Waterman, Apollo Cardingo, I have seen this Sareto, I have some Abita Karte Kesotara because this year, I'm Kebata Jawanyami, but Abita Karte File Halifa, and because Kabrai Halifa J, Halifa Ablo Dumablo Kono. I am Mansa Balori. Ako Halifa ganya tabang Halifa manganya bang Halifa mansaleti Gambia kon. Ako ni Halifa nyon tambe Gambia. Parce que kabrana diamuta. Afa maji ay nyame, abu nyame. Ni Halifa nyon tambe Gambia. Ako mbedmento binde tarla woto. Nkai Halifa nyon tambe jele de imam fundile. But doy Halifa nyon muan be jele fa nyon talu imam fundile beje folo. But ide min kete. Ninkambia musul be kaftete ma kebal demnul fodni kewul be kaftete ma be kata carte keso wul nyini iman kende ya nyaaw nyamboti wakil ta kebe de la carte keso nyini because ibadi la Halifa de la ngoy ko alami sima ya la yawoje ibe Gambia kutoje la balon na la ko ite wuta men ko ne menta ko ne fe keba ya ta ko dima mari wul de men na ko no inshallah ite keba ya la ko no parce que falindiro memu falindiro di tonya ma ma fa kanyada boje kanyada kijere falindiro tonya ma ne alon ko wala be na musol fanal da hamdila ka fo ni harageta même ngor sifale minna mbe mun kala ten ibe jata ken ya sotola le ifa wala bundato sate o sate ba fa su no sol sotola timuta no sol sotola le anin doctorol me la lon ko ibe sate dingol tekkera nimmu de la plano le juma la ba fo no la ko nyinte implement no la na trésori sate o sate nyalon ko diaspora kafol bije ika kodol kaf nyoma le kamne ko kodol la ika programme le organize wala sate la eventol ika kodol kiye dol be hot fonkol lo kan bum ken sawol lo kan ko lafta health center lo le sate lo kono for example de la sate don na salo nimba sete no min yam bolom membe je salo nim del ko le kodo contribute mo wondi 100 € pour que salo nim build na salo nim build wo sate kafol musay na furo lo sate funding kewle mela alon ko ise dogo keno je ifon se mburo bu kaman kente lo ma ko say because na sate funding kele ye wura de ko lo ya kan oto nin ku membo nyama nso be keno woman mbula pour me men kono nga kontine wala al kontine nga nyin kol tablo
Mr. Mane aning Janin antakata fendole Janimbe bola line kono la tan on ko halifa o olemo mo jaman bije ibe wula bata kono isi keba ya kono isi fa bata kono jang endo nintol man lafi wala nin lafta molye bo o bata kono fo ngake mfanye ngake na dingolye ngake na future ye nga vote halifa ye pour nga lonne ni election a crucial ta ni manki pass election ulti because abir jawara time kana ya jame ni government man changes German say Gambia ni ya whole betala backwards le e ya lon river transport woni ni tata place ol comme kunta wur anin kawur even all time ol ya lon te bo Gambisara wulu ta Gambisara so ni kabim ben dindin time travel no ending ikaje place ol min ikatiol wafi but sai o fang sai afon natiol fango aflatoxins lebiji so ita wafi no la price o min ajarta minna so all be increase la in the Gambia and these are the things we need to talk about. These are the things that
yes it's a hold on it's a bismillah be kon na ba ki jumala mu ani we kol ke kamindo
afo jahala fatala le quickly Sophia
okay Alkamwe.
Yeah, but Jaha needs to go. Jaha Katale.
Okay, hold on, brother. Mbebula lele diamo, but Jaha abe last statement o dila because I'm busy in Nanyata Talale. So after mbedum dila yama hani makundu.
So
go ahead.
Yes, basically, I just want to thank you guys for having me today. Unfortunately, I have to go because I have another commitment.
No.
Just want to again with the Gambians to give us a chance and know that this is a chance for the Gambia, and you're not doing it. You're not doing video eyes, but you're doing what's right for you.
Yeah.
Thank you both, and I enjoyed this time, and I look forward to connecting again.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Baraka bake ibe ko membela alama alay kayro keje ke defense sima ala dinno le miti ila hambe to ko mendi ka be keye be konton na bake mba fole bismillah. Next time.
Okay, Mrs. Mana Baraka Bake, we really appreciate it. So we'll all be in December. We'll all be celebrating, inshallah, with a new Gambia, with Khalifa in the State House, inshallah. Okay, Baraka Bake, just give our love to everybody.
Hello, Mbadi, is a continue, no? Meyo. 10-seater T-Sat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Bismillah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Kalau be jola be investment okay kan Gambia. Ya, bismillah. Ta time be.
Baraka mbadi beto.
Hello? Alright, so I love to participate. Okay, hold on. Bismillah, it be live. Hi, be live. The bottom ito lunga ni be call ke kami. Yo, bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Kemo.
Because Halifa of Mobe will come in Wally Kumoro. Neva Lamola, Nima Lamoy, and in Hakiola. She evaluated Nebula problem of evaluated. Ashatra Diamta, Gambianoli. But Hakiman like a moment. Okay, nature haklo wala ala moldo. Apo toto uluda kolon kono. Uluda je wato men na jobi je domoro nim son be je. Toto ya nana nga dunia ita dila todo ko ate futla ko ate di damen ala ko be dan nawari kumala tare ya kama don kumala program on fo kolombio jadama todo e kalo ke pour ka kuno bibe mo kuno men ka e funde ngabri ay kandida adar kuno dada yo akaman salo kita dije sanji dan saba ani woro ina doy ko be diam la de ba fala ko bata bay nole anu woro ke na pura lonne bang woro pura ngalonne bang ko kan sate ba do ya sinulo jele kabi jawara taymo yalo mun mo bang ko badani yalo bang ko badasi bay no nyaadi de bari gambian ko de sonta ko do ka men ko ko nyaadi gambian ko faan ko imu misil mo ladi bari kana balan ko nyama morge wani mun ka ba ko ti
abdi awo shar
ni mun ka ba ko ti me yalo ko moni nyanda sile dia mira bati moni nyanda jaga no blada jaga no tulung ade tanda ko so ko ka ban ko sambano abaka ban ko keno ban ko ni me yalo ko ban du si ko no ka balu nya ke no so bari ni me da diamna adu imede sarala sai ibe saraka da diulla bari ta kalondari ya sara jamana kele kabo ko fodi kyole ali pare na lafta la banko ta sai besiri ne de because fodi kyole nyanta ulale même besiri nyanta ulale yelo même lore nyanta dositla nanna banko bondi banko e banko because in your most leave the dunia more be nyinka puristar no ile banko kan ni alay kam me harje wo molla bare gambe no be tuluna ka bente jagal baldi ni ngamol manyal be mol be kenya menna ka bente jagalodi no wado do nga pura so mo ko la bakalo be mune fankela
ani sai ngai e hakilo to ko doron falen dir wato sita ngame ba be karanta la sai
so ora mo nyante nyaayel la mo nyanta oli faham la le kalom katte fayo man de chagano be bam o kesho kala fo kan nyaato ngolo ma aya mara ay jenni nafati bari ni nyaato ngol ka bumbay na banko kesho la ndel men fana nyanta o bumbayo banna ndel fana ka pule no mangata ren don na fansi ka foy ko wolam di jendon
wallahi akol yaade
dole ba li ale kalamta la alla banko tanyala iba fala dina mo kurani jarara mo nyileti bare ale kambala
but ase mo shambo war
ali fa ya fala ya senene le bela unjuru miteo sport miteo ni jubeka ako ndim banko mo be jaayele katto fay to nyala to jaaye foye katto fay baliala sal donko ñinan ko la bata men be nala wolo wa barna ñi bata doti adon ala mo te ka mbel ko ko mi woli mo na je del ko abaka fo didi ala abaka fo drum ka fo abe mo publika abaka fo drum ka fo ko mi be fel be katto la ñi kam bado ngani ba kan fo ko te halifa mo e halifa lo ha fo men lafta kanala la bar me ya long na diyam da kala ni be dem fo kan aya lo ne adu aya sini alla kambe tumi ya fam odo sakyo mbe bla jambe programo la moy lale ani programo jubela be kondo na adal be place ko moto alla programo be ta ko ke batti be kondo nam
baraka baki abaraka baki jata abaraka.
Okay. Atodu mba jansala demanding. Ako control that.
Jata situ ko jata kolong. Jata kundang kolong. Ciri jata mama dolo.
Yes. It's very funny. From about on limit anyway. Abaraka baki mbadi from bari no from sene malam bam malo. Mfona ba malam modul bota je ma fon wala. Aha. So gambe bol nyam be dental. So bota bur food be bari mi mu do bota lado to. But in min from barin number person malan se min fo olum ko and told me be bantala. Told right now kufula all bije. But min fo important na back nga telephone ko so kono e kay dia mo min fo jang nga try nga stress na moli so kono pour ya you understand. Ko nang that Halifa is our salvation. Halifa is the solution to the problem of me be sort of so many years. Moka na thinking na responsibility because until you vote in the diaspora. Not only vote in the diaspora, you can say Halifa inshallah, you can say that's you just gonna absolutely hammer them. You know, but it's not forced. So until the means of the sanyolam ko coming for social capital, na nimbadi mo bije, ni telephone so ko nga fo ko alim ma ko ngi nam program banko fali. So nga bere wo fana important back mbadi nga baraka back Mr. Jatta baraka ali me jola ay ku kende ba ku mo info ku kende balam ku baraka baraka
no wala fo kante kontan do yin ko mo mo dinga dayale kalum ne nyin a waistal ak bim fa halon ne me chima ke da ako jaha anata le programo do maybe tele demanding another program do I 1 hour kele jam so that and then for nyon close the time because we 1 hour 12 minutes ben badima mane bulala as yamar la ba di gambia non la the program of kumfa.
Okay, Abaraka, Mr. Drami. Thank you very much, the viewers as well. I have to say thank you to Mr. Modikoka. He's my big brother. We went to high school together a long time ago. I'm sure he knew my face today anyway. It's been a long time. Yeah, we went to high school together. Big bro, thank you. I know you're doing wonderful work. The other day, you rang Ida Jallo's program as well. I'm like, wow, that's my big bro from St. Peter's. We go back a long day. We go back a long time. Yeah, Abaraka. All the viewers, Butuo, Allah Baraka Baki. We try to emphasize this message, to press this message that we have to constantly badger our people back home. You know, we call our mothers who are home, our fathers, our uncle, our friends, our business partners. This year, please, guys, we need to vote for Doi. So until me, uncle, we are Doi supporters, Doi sympathizers, Doi members.
Go ahead.
Yes, until member diaspora. If we one guy actually mentioned today, Mr. Lai Lemon, one of the comrades. If everybody can try and call at least 20 people back home. If we can call 20 people, if we can call 20 people a day, fine. But between now and the 3rd of December, every Doi supporter, every Doi sympathizer, we all please go ahead with Mr. Lemon's very, very brilliant idea. Being at least we try and convince 20 people back home to vote for Doi so that we can change our country. We can actually be truly independent because we're not independent. An independent person cannot be reliant and dependent on foreign people giving you food giving you medicine. So Halifa ko na so mi ala ko da panso fon te je. Su ke ba mi man da panso le te dimba ballono. Wo fon hormati wot. So na banko mo na banko mi an ko amanche banko. How can people, you cannot even the very, very basic things, you cannot even provide them for your citizens. So what I think is important this year, we change system completely, system overhaul. And this system change, people are hearing Halifa very, very carefully. Because if you see other politicians are jumping on the bandwagon, imitation, you can say imitation is flattery. But at the same time, we are flattered, but you can know there's a substance to what Halifa is saying. Well, people are jumping on the bandwagon, coming for the plans, our strategies, people are jumping on them because I don't know why they're surprised. Because Halifa always comes with substance. They always comes with substance.
Yeah.
So Mutumba Fulaya, one more time. We work the phones. We work the phones. Phone our people back home, our families, our friends, our business partners. Now, if we could this year, the Gambia need to change this year. Complete system change. Allah baraka ba.
Abaraka bake e quand même fo wala kumayata parce que na code of conduct do la code of conduct fo yolo fo ila family la ko enyen tarajele ila kabilo la ko enyen tarajele ila tundo la ko enyen tarajele banko la ko enyen tarajele woto Gambia la ko kamala hanata ko kuya be ni modo tema akumandi ale nyobolo sai ale ke kilindi ya convince ko ay carte fay do ye ni e o ke bala di fula la so ye Gambia kanandi ukola fana ibadi ya choki so mo ni na do wala nyanta kala nyinde nyim ko me ngalon ko ya commencer kaje ko mo ni be diaspora akana da diaspora damma mo ben be la moy kan hanata ko be suwolo ko no bay be diaspora ma nyim ke la tagetti ko 20 people ito ba traina la wala vote do ye even more than that and what 20 people of now will final tax ko ya 20 people commit
exactly
they can go to anywhere they want they can go to ambience anywhere they want but if they go to the ballot box you can't data ya fay do ye wo convince mo soto mbal kon don mbal ten blamba fala assalamu alaikum for next week
Allah baraka. Thank you everybody. Assalamu alaikum.